Now, you think you want to touch on that interview you was talking about when you was going off?
Floyd's interview?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought we were saving that for Patreon.
Okay,
whatever.
We're not saving nothing for Patreon.
Okay, well, I mean, like these guys were acting like they
you
didn't
were
really
going
want
in.
to talk about it.
She was going in, and then
what was she saying? I wasn't here.
Oh, tell them.
I feel like there is a clip. Floyd was just recently on The Pivot, and I'm not sure how, but Diddy got brought up, and so Floyd just basically made some comments as to, how he
brought him up.
Yeah.
He brought him up.
That was what I
You're not sure how.
Yeah.
Before,
that's what I was.
Before 50 tweeted whatever he said,
gracious.
nigga, I was watching that shit and said, "Oh, you volunteered this."
Yeah. It was so weird.
I got a little clip.
I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen, and I can't say if it is or it's not a mistake, but things happen in life. And P. Diddy business is P. Diddy business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stump him and kick a man while he's down. My take on it is it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all. And I don't condone it. Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt. But that's a choice that my daughter made. Yeah. So I don't want to kick nobody while they're down.
Way to go, Parks, during Black History Month. During Black History Month.
My bad.
You the one. I had that clip too, man.
She told me to play it.
Yeah.
Up, your white ass.
I'm snitching.
Your fucking white ass. All right, get in your bag. Let's
No,
Take it
so
away.
we were all having a conversation.
we
out
were
here.
all dragged them right into.
I am.
Nigga, Floyd hit them. You a girl.
No, but I feel like the conversation went beyond the whole P. Diddy thing, and it had everything to do with his comment about his daughter. If his daughter was in the same situation, I'm sure I'm going to assume that he is putting his daughter in the same position as Cassie. I'm going to make that assumption, or any of the other women that have come forward with accusations.
I'm going to assume that he didn't read the whole thing. I'm going to assume he didn't read the whole thing.
That part.
Because if you saying,
But for him to say
if it was my daughter, that would be her choice. I understand what he's saying if you didn't read the whole thing.
Right.
Because it described
Yes, so
and then it would not be her choice. That's my only thing about it. But his overarching sentiment, I understand what he's trying to say.
Okay. Well, the whole conversation kind of got a little, heated in here when we were talking about if you are that man with a daughter, what, if any, interaction do you have?
Oh, you shoot at them niggas. I see what.
No, I wasn't really shooting. It was a real question. I don't have kids, so I'm very curious. When you have children, all the decisions that you have to make at their different stages of life, and if you have an adult child, then what happens when they have, allegedly been violated?
Right, and the convo went where it's understanding him saying, I'm not getting involved. Like, you made that decision, cool. Me and Flip were talking, and Flip was saying, there are guys that will say that. Hey, she made that decision based off of things in the past. So if you do something, hey, she's going back to him, things of that nature. And I'm on the other side of that saying, if my daughter says XYZ happened, then yes, if you're bringing it to me, we're getting involved. And, hey, prosecute, whatever you need to do. But if you go back after that, that is still your decision. But there is no point where you can bring me something like that and then I'm not getting involved. You made that decision and I'm just watching.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, get your shit on. I come after you, pause.
I'm agreeing with you. I think, though, that anybody, any person in here that has a sister, that has a whatever, and if some man or individual, period, violates them in any way, shape, or form, I think that initially you going at their head. It happens again. You might go at their head. I think once it starts to be repetitive, you looking at them like, yo, you not a victim no more, you a volunteer. Leave this nigga the fuck alone and get away from him. Now, in that particular scenario, I don't think that a lot of times women are getting abused. They not telling the world that they getting abused. You get what I'm saying? So you as a dad, you might not even know. You might think she in St. Croix somewhere living it up. You know what I mean? And she in St. Croix getting abused. So with the Floyd situation, I understand what he's saying. He's like, yo, dog, my daughter's grown. It's only so much I could do. I can advise you, but if you don't take my advice, what do I do at that point?
And that's from experience, I think he's speaking from.
Yeah, like
and I said that, you know, we've watched women go through things with their man, their cousins, fathers get involved, beat the dog shit out of him, and 2 weeks later or a week later, she's back with him. We see a pattern. So when Floyd says that, I understand what he's saying. Maybe he's not conveying his message properly, but I get it. I get what you made that decision, because no matter what you do, it's up to the person to make the decision. You can't make it for her.
I got a broken hand and an assault charge, and you right back over there giving this nigga some head, I'm tight. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got to go to court. I got an assault charge. My hand broke. I can't. And you right back there? Yeah, all right. That I think that's the slap in the face that with reality that we don't want to face. And you know, and
but is there a point where, let's say this has been going on, and like you said, she may not necessarily tell you all the time. You may not know, or this happened a couple times. She went back, and now it's, yo, I'm really done. I'm trying to get away from this dude. What do you, as the father?
The boy who cried wolf.
Depending on how much money you got.
And the boy who cried wolf.
Because if you got enough money, you really want to get away with him, I'm going to go get you an apartment, leave the furniture, leave the clothes. I'm going to go get you an apartment over here. If you are serious about leaving this man alone, cool, we got it. You can move back home.
I was just going to say, you ain't got to have, I ain't got.
You get what I'm saying? You can move back home
if you need to.
True. And he ain't coming here with the fuckery.
The door's always open, but
that's what I'm saying.
Life is crazy.
Does that answer you? Does that satisfy with you?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, you know, kind of like open-ended dialogue.
She didn't agree with us.
It was two-parted.
Yeah, I see that something is missing here, so I'm getting sick of y'all referencing when it was hot. And now, what am I missing? Give us the people what we're missing from the intense part of that conversation, because that just sounds like just regular
Common
shit
sense.
that they explained. So where is the?
I just felt like, you know, because they brought up his daughter's legal issues and how if it was a regular person, she would have faced, you know, like significantly worse consequences to her actions than she ended up doing. And
it came from here. And because Mel was like, yo, I don't think as a dad you would want to say those things. And I said, I think Floyd really feels like that because he went through traumatic shit with his own daughter. She was dating somebody, and the situations were tumultuous from my understanding. And as a dad, I said, yo, he's done what he can as a dad. Because under regular circumstances, somebody with regular money, that girl might be upstate somewhere. You get what I'm saying?
So what's the pushback there?
Mel said, so that proves my point. And I'm like, no, that doesn't really prove your point, because he didn't necessarily interject in their relationship, but outside of the relationship that she had with the gentleman, he's going to interject in the legal situation, of course, as a father. But when they dating the dude that may not be good for your daughter, we all go through that at some point in time. People going to go through that.
Mel's point was, as a father, would you not want to protect your daughter?
Yes, it's
That's what Mel's point was. Like, as a father, why would you say this? Why wouldn't you want to protect your daughter?
It just seemed like circumstantially, it just was, you know, one situation to the next. There was a different outcome, you know, and different participation. That's just what where the heated part of it
He could be
from.
speaking from a place of, I went down this road multiple times, and now this is where I'm at with it.
Don't try to read my brain.
I can.
We can't say what she really said. Stop, man.
Yeah, but then don't waste me and the audience
I got you.
with this refurbished ass conversation. Shut the fuck up then.
Mel was turned.
Because I don't give a fuck.
Okay, I got you.
Neutral Budden.